Well, whether you're buying a home, you've lived where you are for a while, chances are that sooner or later you'll have to renovate. But how much does that cost really? Wendy is a renovator and real estate investor, and she's going to break it down for us. Hey, Wen.
Hi, Trace. Listen, it is the million-dollar question, right? Because let's be real, every house is going to be different in terms of the cost because there are so many factors involved. So, you know, it's going to depend on what city you live in. That's going to affect cost of labor and materials. Is it your principal residence, or is it an income property? Because that will also affect how much you want to spend. Do you have to pull building permits? Are you going to be living in the house during the renovation, or is it too massive that you have to leave and rent somewhere? What are the extra costs that are going to be involved in terms of renovation? So the million-dollar question.
So one of the most common renos is a bathroom. So can you give us an idea of a budget for that?
We've done a really simple renovation, kind of the lipstick version, for around $1,300, $1,500, not including tax, and we did all the work ourselves. So this was really simple things. So a new toilet, new vanity, and paint, new lighting, and some hardware. You can even buy a new tub these days. Like if the one you have is looking a little old, you can buy a new tub at a big box store for like $200. So if you do all the work, you can keep the price really low. In this renovation that we did, my husband and I, we did all of that work ourselves, except the place desperately needed new flooring and the tile around the tub. So that tub surround tile. We are not tilers. We know our limitations, so we paid somebody. So it was around $2,750 to renovate this bathroom, plus tax. So all of the prices I'm going to say, are not including tax as kind of your base. But yeah, so you can do that. Now, if you're doing a full gut on a bathroom, you're probably looking at least starting at 8 to 10 grand. And of course, cost goes up from there depending on the fixtures and the finishes that you're choosing. But a full gut means that you want to move you're taking down the drywall and you're now moving the plumbing and the electrical. So you need those trades, as well as you're going to need someone to do your drywall and your mudding and your tiling and your painting. So that starts to add up, unless you have some skills that you can do some of this yourself and save some money.
Okay, yeah, you certainly can save in a number of ways, including the big one, keeping plumbing in the same place and doing a lot of the work yourself. You and your husband are very lucky. You've got some know-how there. Let's switch gears now and talk about kitchens, because I imagine kitchens cost a lot.
Yes, but listen, hey, if you get a place, or if your place just needs, again, that really simple update, a little fresh cosmetic finish, and your cabinets are perfectly good, you can paint your cabinets, keep them in place, keep the footprint the same. That's where you're saving major bucks. The full gut on a kitchen, a whole nother ball of wax, because that's the big bucks. So tearing the whole thing out, reconfiguring everything, again, plumber, electrician, drywall, or all of the trades will be involved. You're probably looking at somewhere between $20,000 to start. And that's if you're doing, your regularly normal priced appliances. You're not going high end, and you're doing probably an IKEA kitchen or some sort of big box store kitchen for that price. Mm-hmm. Again, this all depends on the size of your space. But, you get custom cabinetry is sometimes 3 to 4 times the price of a big box store. So it's, you could be up to $80,000. Trace, some people spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on their kitchen. I'm not there yet. I haven't done that, but maybe someday. I don't know.
No, I hear you. Yeah, Toronto kitchens, a lot of them are $100,000 and up. It's like, whoa. Such a range in the budget once again, but usually a very good return on investment if you are going to renovate your kitchen or your bathroom. Now, a lot of people want to take down walls and open things up, but how much is that?
Well, again, another million-dollar question. It is so popular, in terms of making everything open concept, although there's been a bit of a shift back to rooms during this whole last year. But I feel like the open concept will probably always prevail. So the key is, the important thing to note is that anytime you remove a wall from your house, you are required to actually get a permit from your city. for safety and liability reasons. So that is totally key. So if you're reconfiguring the entire layout of your house and removing walls, you're looking at a structural engineer, probably a load-bearing beam or two that need to go in there. And you could be in the range of $10,000 to $20,000, but again, that price might be bundled into a larger renovation for your home. But that's sort of the idea. It's totally dependent on the size of your house, the span of that wall that you're removing, and what the structural engineer has to say, because it's going to be dependent on what you need to do is dependent on your where you live and their building code. So in some cases, you'll be able to get away with a LVL, which is a laminated veneer lumber beam, or sometimes they'll say, you know what, you need a steel beam in there, which is a whole lot more money, which hence the discrepancy in cost.
Yeah, I've seen those steel beams go in, and big machinery needs to bring them, and all I'm thinking is dollar signs, right? Wendy, thank you so much for sharing your expertise with us always. We appreciate it, and I love seeing your reno for sure. Thank you.
Thank you. My pleasure.